risks, who are wanting to prepare you for the inevitable failure that they think you will live. And in the early days, you didn't like that at all. You protested in the beginning. You did. You protested. And
okay, so right before I went into this, she was talking about Wayne Dyer was asking regarding going to bed, and a lot in the authenticity of how we feel. So one of the biggest misnomers, and she's going to go into talking about knowing and not knowing, and where the discs are, in which all of us are in that position. You have to understand that. And right now, I am doing what I want to do, and whomever gets this is fine. Because where I'm at right now is I need to share the way that I feel. And regardless of where you are in your understanding, in your tolerance of intensities, which is the energy, you can call it whatever you want, but there's from a measurement standard, there is only volume of energy. We, from our perspective, label that with names and identify those intensities. And what we have been doing is taking those intensities back and forth from love and hate, love and hate, love and hate, because you have to go to love, and then you have to go all the way to its reverse to impact your momentum of love so that you can get an extra dose of volume of the energy in which you have the experience. So we talk about the human experience. This is what it is. There's this massive thing that I see in you know, just in the few interactions that I have with family and stuff. It's the AI. Everybody is panicking about AI, and the article and the headline I saw a day or two ago was, with the advent of AI, what is humanity's purpose? It's to feel. It's to feel. It's to feel authentically, honestly. You can't go from being in a completely, you know, terrible place, feeling like shit all the time, and then jump to, oh, I'm going to positive talk my way out of this. You don't do that. If you just ignore the fact that you're pissed off, and you don't go and do some type of constructive expression of that, it's a direct current. You're suppressing it. You're creating more emotional weight and gravity. And then that is just a volcano waiting to erupt. You're creating density within your heart space, within your center, within your molecular structure, your cellular memory bank. So we can't just lie to ourselves, because our cells inside, and you're going to go into talking about being tethered to the other side, that's part of us. The perspective is paradoxical. So she's going to be real nice about it. I, in my own way, am needing to get it out. And when I'm in a position where I'm feeling in a certain way, and it's going out to wherever it's going out, not only am I listening to myself first and being honest and intuitively expressing in the way that I need to express, in a generalized way, so it's addressed honestly, but it's not in a way that's not coherent. The emotional intelligence not to throw up all over somebody. I love you, I hate you, I love you. That is the greatest 3 lines and greatest wisdom told to me, shared with me by my daughter, who was maybe 6 at the time. I love you, I hate you, I love you. She went around for 2 weeks. But what do we do with children who say hate? In my experience, you shut them down. You tell them to shut up, and you're being disrespectful. I inquired about what she was saying and where she got it from. And one of the only difference between anything that I've ever experienced in my life, going from where I have to now, which is at the very bottom, and I stayed a long time at that bottom, which now I understand is a testament to the tolerance and the expansive tolerance of pain that I could go through. Not just physical, not just emotional, not just mental, all of it. And I own that. I own those intensities. And now my humility The humble aspect is to share that, and to share it with the authority that I've earned for the energy that I've been able to transmute, the law of perpetual transmutation. And when I look around and people are just, they're terrified, I understand. You don't like it in the beginning, you get conditioned. Okay, we have to stop blaming everybody. Everybody. I love you, I hate you, I love you. I love you, I hate you. You bounce back and forth in duality. You have a closed mind. That's what the Matrix is about. That's what closing your crown when you are born is about. Then at age 7, your matrix, your matrices, your labyrinth, your neuropathic connections have been established. Now it's your job from that point to then use the material that is the construction of oneself, which is contradiction. You are not the identity you think you are. It's called the looking glass self, and it was 100 years ago. 100 years ago. Not to mention forgiveness for 2000 in our understanding of linearity and time. There is not anything in regards to an external aspect in which is going to change unless you do. You are the only authority. I got my 30-day chip in AA as a 25-year epic alcoholic. Something didn't feel right about what was going on there. Not that it wasn't, it was extremely incomplete. And when people are on that disc that don't know, they'll just continue to wrap themselves back and forth. And what is don't know? All don't know means is that you're in a position where you're terrified and it's painful. So we have to be patient with each other, but you have to move 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You have to put yourself in a position where you're creating waves. You're creating vibration. You're creating frequency in which you are feeling. If you do not put yourself in a position to which your duty as a human being in humanity is to feel. It's not about elites. It's not about the devil. It's not about all of this other stuff. It's about you creating yourself an environment in which you are able to feel in the intensities to which is comfortable, and then not. You have to step out into the discomfort, into the unknown. Nothing can become known unless it is first unknown. There is no change. No such thing as change. We are on the side in which, that cutting edge side of the organic skin, okay? Outside is the natural. There's only 2 sides, inside, outside. So if you take the I love you, I hate you, I love you, we rolled through that in relationships, okay? All the divorce rates and everything is reflecting back to us, and in great detail now. Do a whole freaking lecture on all the different connections going on, that people are in the middle area. We don't need the people that are where at the aspect of being able to be authentic are now trying to lift up the middle class when it comes to the C major scale, in which is a chord at 3 notes playing at the same time. At the same time, we have an upper. The only elites are the ones that have a pain tolerance, in which are now in service. What are you in service to? You're in service to 3 creators. Your mind, your body, and your spirit. And your heart is the center of that. Your heart is the center of the universe. From behind your eyes, from in your black holes, your heart is the center of your universe. And that is where we are sourced. Talk about source. That's your source. Talk about the core, the creator. There you go. Your heart is that creator. Your ego, you are an energy god.